Oh.
Okay, Netivot Shalom על התורה, Sefer Shemot, and the Parashat is Yithro. So many things going on in this Parashat, and we're focusing here all on את כל הדברים אלו לאמור, right? So we have the Ten Commandments, right? The Aseret HaDibrot, the spiritual learning that Hashem gave us. So the verse said, וידבר אלוקים את כל הדברים האלו לאמור. And Hashem spoke all of these words to לאמור, to tell. He said, and we need to understand, we need to know what is coming to teach us, and what's the hint here when it says כל הדברים, all the words or all the thing, and then to tell לאמור, because after all, everybody was there in the Ma'amad Har Sinai, right? When Hashem opened the skies, the seven skies, and everybody saw his revelation, and everybody heard the Ten Commandments. So who are you telling that you need to, I'm going to talk to you all of these things in order to tell? They were already there. They already got it, everything. So who else we need to tell? They were there. They listened. Another thing needs an explanation. When it says in Mishnah Torah, in Sefer Dvarim, toward the end, רק ישמר לך ושמור נפשך, just, watch yourself and keep your soul, not to forget את הדברים, right, the words, אשר ראו עיניך, that your eyes saw, ופן יסור מבך, and they will be removed from your heart all your life. He said, what's going on here? Who are you telling it to? That was at the end of the 40 years in the desert. The generation from Egypt died. The one that were less than 20 years old, they were in Har Sinai. Okay, and they saw that. But
Were all the kids of every age were there at Har Sinai, even like little kids.
Yeah, of course. Even fetus in the womb, they saw. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
men and women, okay.
Yeah. So they saw less than 20 years old. So what is this thing that you say, הדברים אשר ראו עיניך, the thing that your eyes saw? He's talking to the whoever left from the generation of the Midbar. There are not many left. The rest died. And also we need to explain, because after all, right, the Torah Kedosha in its hit, it's infinite for all generations. So what's the infinity when he said, the thing that your eyes saw? If it's already in the past, then it's in the past. And also why the double lashon, why it says, Ishamer lecha, watch yourself, and watch your soul. Like watch twice. Okay.
But if so many people died during the 38 years, they were replaced by the same number of people that were born, no?
Yeah, but then they were not in Ma'amad Har Sinai. So how can you tell them what your eyes saw? They didn't see.
Right. Okay.
They didn't see.
That's the question.
This verse now is from Sefer Dvarim. It's from the end, after the 40 years, before Moshe died, before they enter Eretz Israel. So that's why I said, who are you talking about? Like, who saw it? Okay, fine, few kids saw it. But what about the rest of the people, the majority that didn't see it?
But they were still living in the desert, being supplied everything that they needed from Hashem.
Excellent.
And also, wasn't the fire and the cloud still with them?
No, it's left them after Aaron died and Miriam. Anyway. So there are a few questions here. One, at the beginning, after Ma'amad Har Sinai, after we received the Torah, why the pasuk? Why Hashem said, "Ve'daber Elokim et kol hadvarim," that He spoke all of these words to tell whom? They're already there. They already listen. They already hear what He needs to say. And then why toward the 40 years at the end, He said also the thing that your eyes saw and watch yourself double, etc. So it's based now on the Zohar. Monday Katuv, it says in Shirat Hayam, right? We learned, I think it was last Parsha, about the Shirat Hayam, right? Az Yashir Moshe, when the splitting of the sea and the Egyptian died and everything, then Moshe and Israel starting to sing. And we learned, right, that song that they sang was not only at the time, but it was infinite for each and every generation, that the Jew can always say a Shirah. You can always sing song to Hashem, a spiritual song. We learned that this song is like a very high level, And we also compare it to Shabbat, right, which is a capable time for the Shira, and the Shira is like Mamash is elevating us, right? So he said, okay, so if that's true, so even more so, the 10 Commandments that was giving us in a set of Dibor, that was not just a song that flesh and blood human were singing, it was the word of Hashem directly. He said that, right? And it was not only like a disposal time, it's like it was for infinite, which were spoken to the entire world, right? As the Navi saying, Udvar Elokenu yakum leolam, the word of Hashem will be always standing up, rising. Uleolam Hashem dvacha nitzav shemaim, always your words are in heaven, right, in Tehillim. So the same way that the Mefarish is interpreted or explaining Rav HaKadosh V'Kuznet Zechuto Galenu in Masechet Chagiga, right? So over there we know that Hashem have 72 names, and one of the names is Shem Shakai, Shin Daled Yud, which is to say the world stop, right? When Hashem created the world, all the heavens, everything, the creation started to spread, and Hashem used that name of Shakai, die, stop, that's it, you spread enough. And he asked him a question, he said, okay, this name, one of Hashem's name is infinite. But when Hashem created the world and told the world stop, that was once, that's it. And then he said that Var Hashem Irakia. So it's always like Hashem said, let there be light, there is always light. Let there be heaven, it's always going to be heaven, right? It's like still echoing, it's echoing. And from that word, or that power of Hashem that he created, everything is just withdraw that strength or the spiritual thing infinitely, like for Ad Sof. And the same way that he said to the creation, stop, that stopping is infinite. It's like he's stopping it every day, every millisecond is being stopped it. And I mean, just adding here, but that maybe will help us to understand. I think during the Roman time, I don't remember who was that Chacham, that Rabbi, but one of the Roman emperors, they asked the people, they used to have debates, and they asked, okay, if there is God, right, or any gods, and if he wants to destroy the world, how can he do it? What's the way that he will do it? So some of the wise people that were there said, he will open the earth and there will be volcanoes everywhere and it will burn everything. One said, he will bring earthquake and then everything will be shaken, will be collapsed, and the wave will come from the sea and it will wash everything, everybody will drown. One say he will bring a strong wind that will, and when they asked the Rabbi, right, the Jewish Rabbi, and he said, what Hashem needs to do not to destroy the world? Nothing. If you do nothing, everything will go on. Because Hashem is like, the whole world is because Hashem is here. And if he would like take himself for one part of a billion of a second, everything will stop to exist. So what Hashem needs to do? Nothing. If he will do nothing, that's it, right? So he said, so when Hashem said stop to the world, it's infinite, it's still echoing, it's still stopped every second. And the same way, it's the 10 Commandments. They're also infinite, and they were being like, keep repeated, like echoing in the creation always. And the same way that when we say Brachat Torah, right, when you're getting Aliyah, or in the morning in the Kota Shachar, we don't say that Hashem gave us the Torah. He said, Noten Torah. What is Noten? It's right now. I'm giving you. Now I'm giving you. Right? You have past, you have future, and you have present. This is present.
Giver.
The what?
The giver of the Torah.
Yeah, no, not giver. Giving the Torah. Giving right now. He's giving. It's Noten Torah, not Natan, and not Iten. It's Noten. Giving right now. All right, that's infinite. And so this is one of the explanation of Ve'edaber Elokim et kol hadvarim halu le'emor, einu le'emor ledorei dorot, like for each generation, because it is if like Hashem is still speaking right now, it's still echoing. Ve'omro et kol hadvarim, when he said all the thing, all the word, is hinting that including the noises, the voices, the thunder, the lightning, everything that were a preparation for receiving the Torah, they're also infinite. They're also part of it. They're not just a decoration. And it says, Mikubal, it's accepted, it's known that in the time of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, when he learned with his holy student, Talmidim, he said that they heard the voices, they heard the thunder, and they saw the lightning that came prior to the Kabbalat Torah, prior to the Mount Sinai. So according to that, Nemar et kol hadvarim elu. So it says, kol hadvarim, everything that were actually there were to tell or to have and to echo, and it's still infinite and still going in this world from generation and generation. And therefore it says tamid, right? Tamid, like we have a constant fire in the Bet HaMikdash, right? Esha tamid, the fire that was never put down. The same thing when the Ten Commandment and the lightning and the thunder, everything. And he said, but indeed, there is some kind of a dependency. These things are still echoing. That's no doubt, and nothing can reduce. But in what's the dependency? Dependency on us. The level that we're purifying and mizakech and metaer and refining ourselves, then we'll have the ability to hear it. Otherwise, right? And for example, this parsha starts with ve'ishma Yithro, that Yithro heard, right? So Yithro apparently was a person that was looking for the truth, because the entire creation, all the people heard, but not many did an action. He is the one that actually he heard, and he said, wow, and it's actually wake him up. Many people, they hear and they don't wake up, they continue. So he said, so the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov, they really heard because they refined themselves, they purified themselves. Okay, and this is what it says in the other verse, right, that we read from Sefer Dvarim, Ishamer lecha ushmor nafshecha meod. Watch yourself and watch your soul very, very much. And our interpreter, our Mefarshim, they explain the double Ishamer. One, the Ishamer lecha is talking about the body, the physical thing. And the second one is watch your soul, your neshama. You should both, right? Because chas v'chalila, somebody can do a spiritual averot or a gashmiut averot. And it said, and also, that you will forget, and watch yourself not to forget the thing that your eyes saw. It's also including in the warning, which you hear, that when you're going to watch and keep your body and the soul, then you will actually gain infinity about what your eyes saw and what your eyes will see, the same creation, the same revelation, and everything that is happening every day, but you just don't see it. Also hinted when it says in the book Degel Machane Ephraim in Parashat Vayikra, in the name of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, he says, he bring a Mishnah from a Masechet Avot. Every day there is a voice coming out from the Mount Chorev, right? Mount Chorev is Har Sinai. And then he asked a question, what's the point? How is it helping us? Because we don't hear that voice that's coming out every day, right? Basically what the voice is saying is like it's saying, come back to me, do tshuva, naughty children, right? To say, but we don't hear it. So what's the point of it? Why we have it going out every day? And he explained that the Tora root, right? The inspiration and the thought of tshuva that sometimes we're getting, right? Sometimes we don't even understand why, and out of the blue we don't do anything or we don't learn anything. Suddenly we have this thought of, oh wow, I want to be better. I want to do tshuva. I wanted to do this type of mitzvah better. Like, who initiated it? We're just sitting doing nothing. It's because of that voice that's coming out. So even if the body and our ears cannot hear it, but inside the neshama hears it, and that's inspiring us, even if we don't realize that. And then we need to hold to it and to continue and keep it up and elevate it, right? And nurture it. So he said the same thing, right? That the bat call, that voice coming out from the Mount Sinai, bringing awakening into the Klal Yisrael, then for sure it was during the time when Hashem spoke to us in Kabbalat Torah, and even here every day. In the same way that voice is coming out, it's also the Hashem, when he said that 10 commandments are being spoken constantly, and they're bringing us to awaken, to do tshuva. And all of this hirurei tshuva, all the thoughts of the tshuva, and thought about mitzvah that we want to do, we want to volunteer, we want to help here, we want to help there, all of this enlightenment that we have from time to time, they are coming from the koach, from the strength, from the word that Hashem is always is infinite, and that giving us that inspiration. And watch yourself so they will not be removed from your hearts or your life. So he said, and this is also like, sounds like in the Agadah of Pesach, right? That I never heard the Agadah of Pesach Balelot, right? To say that in the daytime and the nighttime. So say, what is Yemecha Echad, the day, all the days of your life? So the days of your life, it's like sound plural, it's including the nights. So the night, again, we're learning Chasiduth. So Chasiduth is all spiritual. It's in the inner of the Torah. So said, what are the night? Not literally a night that we go to sleep, but when we are in the darkness and we don't see the light of Hashem, maybe you're not inspired, maybe you are in depressed, etc., that's a dark time. So even in that time, it says, you watch yourself. They shouldn't remove from your heart because you receive the Torah, and that's the accepting of the Torah and the 10 Commandments are infinite. And even if now we are in dark time, Hashem is still speaking to us. Maybe we don't hear it, but we need to have the faith that Hashem is continuing to speak to us. And better time will come. So I just want to dedicate the shiur to the success of Klal Israel and all the soldiers and all the hostages that should return home safely and bring Beruat of Hashot Aguf, and Hashem will give all our enemies under the feet of the soldiers and heal all the Tzuim and the Cholim in Klal Israel. Thank you for listening. Good Shabbos.